Hey, everybody, it's the Sith Dominion podcast. Welcome. I'm your host, Dr. Dana Martin, and with us tonight is Debbie and Tiny Smiley Face.
I'm
Who's
here,
that?
brother. I'm trying to get it figured out.
Oh, Cam! Cam has made it. Cam has made it. I will let everyone know that Zane is off recording again, so he will not be on our show this evening. That's okay. Andrew said, yeah, I'll join, but I'm not seeing Andrew either. I did send him the link, so that's not my fault. Debbie, you're looking all tired already. What's going on? We just started the show.
I know. I had to get up really early to do work.
Work, like paid work?
Well, yeah.
Paid
Flu
work.
shots.
Ugh. This your favorite time of year, I bet.
No, it's
No.
because people.
I was about to say, but you're such a people person, and there's so many people. It's amazing.
Yeah, this is when we, go to factories, and their first shift starts at 6, but we have to get there way before then to catch the people coming off third.
Oh my goodness. How do you sleep at night? Chasing people down, stabbing them. Come on. What's wrong with you? Did you get your flu? No, come here. No, I don't want one. Come here. My doctor, man. Oh, I've had the flu shot a couple of times through my life. I just have never, it just never sat well with me. I always ended up saying whatever. And I've had the flu twice, one of which I can talk about in After Dark. It was that bad. Where I thought I was going to die. And just happened to be the very first Thanksgiving with my kids and Charla, my wife. It was lovely. Anyways, oh yeah, I get it. Hey, what's up, David? I get it, but man, the flu, it's a crazy thing because if you don't, I don't know. I like having that option of whether I want to do it or not. But I've had it. It's terrible. What are you gonna do?
Healthcare usually requires us to get it, but some years I do, some years I don't.
They make you like
self-attest.
They make you do like self-attestation or something, or to show like, yeah, I said I did it. They don't make you do
because we have to fill out paperwork and all that stuff. So.
Oh, yummy. That was a joke. No, terrible. Went out this weekend, just out. Hey, look at this guy.
You got me?
Yeah.
We got you.
What's up?
Bro, look what just came in.
What is that? Drag? I don't even know what that is.
So, for some people that are anime fans, this is basically Budokai Tenkaichi 4, which was a Dragon Ball Z fighting game, which is a very Budokai Tenkaichi 3 was a very large part of my childhood. I've been looking forward to this. This is my birthday present.
Happy birthday, Cam.
From Woods to myself. Well, it's not till next week, but thank you.
Okay. I take it back. Have a very, very unbirthday to you. To me.
I know. On a week before my birthday, I get to talk about The Last Jedi.
How about that?
Dana just begged me to be here.
Man, just know that Darth Zane and I had a nice discussion in the TikTok pregame, man. It was lovely.
Oh yeah, I bet it was. I'm really glad I wasn't there. Hey, we're just gonna have to agree to disagree, brother.
Yeah, that's all it is. And it was we both actually made the comment of, yeah, we can disagree and still be friends. It's okay.
We can't be friends. We can disagree. I'm just playing. Maybe.
So yeah, Zane's out. Andrew should be joining or could be joining or might, who knows? Oh, he just messaged me. He's like, dude, I said I'm not able to join. Oh. He's good. He's good. Hey, just for everyone's benefit, in the next few shows, I've got a couple of guests I'm trying to get scheduled from some of the Comic-Con vendors, sabers and toys and stuff, just the cool nerdy stuff. A couple of those folks. Also got Brian. We're working on getting him from Which one?
Bro,
I get Geek and I get
week.
The Geek and I podcast,
that's the one, right?
Biscardi,
But yeah, no, Brian.
War of the Stars.
War of the Stars. Oh my god.
God,
So
I'm
look,
tired and I can remember this
there's
stuff.
3 of them.
Dana,
There's 3
walk it in, brother.
shows that I get so confused. And guys, forgive me. I know. I tried and I peek in on your shows just like I do everybody else. I just they're all like the same syllabic amount. Like so the Geek
Write
and I
it down.
Captain's Logs and Lightsabers and War of the Star. Those 3 I can never keep straight in my head. They're always this is only my first couple sips too. It's not that.
That's pretty pathetic.
Definitely that.
Or you're just getting old.
I am. So in After Dark tonight, midnight's my absolute cutoff. I have to be up early for a meeting because my boss, who lives in Sarasota, Florida, as of 4 months ago, is getting hammered again. So I'm gonna have to do some things for him. So we're not gonna stay up till like 1 or whatever. Debbie's like, "What are you talking about? This
The
After
hell?
Dark? What?"
I will never make an After Dark.
Right? No, Eris Korriban. There is no Boo. Zane popped in last week in the After Dark for a little bit. Bearer of some bad news, but family's doing okay as far as I know right now. So anyhow, yeah, so we got a couple guests we're working on. Brian, I'm working on getting here as well, and I'm excited about that. I always send out a little email just asking a few questions, trying to get the guests on the correct show, right? The best show for them. And I was asking, like, what do you want to promote? How do you want to promote these things? And he's like, yeah, okay, we'll mention it, but I just want to come talk Star Wars Dark Side. Like, he's just super excited to get on. So we'll get him on too. Outside of all of that, second week of November, we will not have a show, so you guys can plan to do something without me. Have fun, because I will be having fun and doing shit without you. What else? I think that's about it for like kind of what's going on with the show. Still futzing about here. If you look in the top right, the new logo, kinda. I love this logo. It's clean. It's just real slick. And then the other logo, which I think is on YouTube in the bottom right, that I was futzing about with, but I really need Woods to clean that. I don't know what it needs. I don't know. It's not quite ready for me.
But I don't know. I don't know if she's
I
that
think you
elite
need
yet.
to outline the letters, like in white or something, so that they pop.
That's a good idea.
The
Get on
TSD.
that. No. Get on that. I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh, are you done? We're done with the uploading of the show? They've all been scheduled now, I think, right?
I think it's done. I think they've all been aired.
Nice.
Or
nice. So yeah,
however
go
you
check
say
them out.
that.
I was getting hit on what was it? I don't know. I saw something, and so that's what made me look. Whatever. Anyways, point is, yeah, go check out our shows. I'm only able though still to upload a certain amount of time with BuzzFeed right now, and so I try to do the latest show and then one previous, and I'm only up to like 7. So to get out to the rest of to get all of our content back out to podcast world in audio only format. That's still going to take a little time, but you can go watch on YouTube right now and look at all of our episodes. So,
Hell yeah!
what's the good news, man? What's the good news around Star Wars universe? Besides the side-by-side Ubisoft is terrible clip where they showed the pretty much exact same Outlaw versus Jedi Survivor mechanics, and the video in Survivor, or the graphic quality in Survivor was just insane compared. So I think it's just another example of just a lack of attention to detail. So I had seen a bunch of those reviews. I wanted to bring that up, but we don't have to talk about that because I haven't even played it. So what am I talking about?
Bro,
So
Ubisoft is so bad, brother. They're so bad.
Ewan McGregor
Mm-hmm.
was at a Comic-Con this weekend. I don't know which one. I think it was out in LA somewhere. And he kind of hinted that him and Lucasfilm were throwing around ideas for a Kenobi season 2. But the one that caught my ears to perk up was when he said, I really want to wear the Clone Wars armor.
What? Okay.
I'm like, you go, Space Daddy.
Bro,
I'm all for that. I'd love to see him in.
Bring out the Stormtrooper armor tonight. Come on. Don't miss. Jeez.
Well, Anakin looked so good in his when he was in Ahsoka.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I would love to see Kenobi in his.
Just Stormtrooper armor. Awesome. Okay.
Not Stormtrooper.
I mean, Clone Wars armor. Did I say?
Clone Wars.
I did say Stormtrooper armor, didn't
Yeah,
I?
you did.
My bad.
Get
My
it
bad.
right.
My hat's a little.
Or without. I don't care. With, without.
Makes no difference to me.
I'm not picky.
I did not do my homework prior, so I know there was a little something that was being talked about with the new movies, but I think I'm with Cam. These movies are never going to get made. They're going to push, or no, we're talking about this now, or writing it now, or whatever.
You talking about the Rey movie?
Yeah. And when it
I've
was
been telling y'all
announced,
for months that shit's not getting made.
I know, and I
Well,
was
the
all
Mando
excited.
one is in production, or they're filming now, right now, aren't they? Mando?
Which one? Mando?
Mando
Yeah,
and
I
Grogu?
think they're in production right now. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting, man. I'm worried that they're gonna go to the well too many times with this Grogu. And what are you gonna keep him a baby forever just to sell more baby toys? Aren't we?
I
Gonna
want
get
him
sick
to
of
I
that?
want him to die in this movie so bad, bro.
That would be awesome. Give him the old Han treatment, shall we? Someone close to him, killing him. That would be awesome if Mando
Wow.
just took him out.
You guys are going dark.
Oh, we haven't even scratched the surface.
I don't want to see Grogu die. Maybe
He's
they'll do
not
a time jump.
probably
Maybe
going
they'll
to.
do a time jump and he's older.
That would be amazing. Because I can't handle this miming little puppet much longer. I don't know
Well,
what
if he lives, bro, where is he in my favorite movies? Where is he?
Grogu?
Yeah, where is he in my favorite films?
He's on Dagobah.
Oh yeah.
Why would he
In
go?
exile.
Grogu's gonna be the first Sith of Yoda species. Yeah. Hell yeah. Get it, Clay Swish. You'll throw that? Cal Kestis. Yeah, they were talking.
Oh Jesus Christ, bro.
That's been floating around. And no.
Is that for sure?
Just make it stop, bro, please.
And they did these three actors could play Cal. Why? There's only one. There's already an actor playing Cal Kestis.
Yeah,
why would you need?
Yeah,
There
looks
we
just
go.
like him. Because it is him.
Because it is him, right? Oh my god.
What's his name? Donahue or
Yeah.
Cameron
Donahue.
McLaughlin
Yeah.
or something,
Yeah.
whatever his
I
name
don't
is.
know.
No, we do not. I am Groot. No, we're not. We don't need a teenage Grogu. We had a teenage speech impediment. I couldn't. Whatever. It's
Bro, we don't need Grogu at all, brother. At all.
Yeah, no.
Get him out the series. I gotta move this. Hold on.
Oh my goodness, Josiah, such a strength of the.
That's
dark
my bro
side.
right
may have
there.
to
I
leave
know.
really early. You guys are scaring me.
Oh, this is gonna be a great one. You need Andrew here to help balance you out, but I don't know that he's going to be with you on this.
I've been looking forward to this all day. There's nothing I'd rather be doing right now.
All
Not playing
day.
Sparking Zero at all.
Are you dying right now? Why? Why was it today that it was delivered? Why? If you think about it, they know they messed up. Not yeah. I agree, man. I think that was a big miss when we don't have content. Cam likes to remind us that's the mantra. But you had great content. And Dash Rendar was all right, but Kyle Katarn was like he was fun. Debbie, let me have this, please. Nice.
No.
Dude,
No.
I would sleep so well with a smile on my face. I may not even have to have my CPAP because if I died, I'd be just as happy. No more Grogu. My wife loves Grogu, so I bought her a plush. I'm not buying her any more Grogu. We're done. And isn't it just like I just don't know that the Lucas was one of those run it into the ground. Yes, the merch. He made a lot of merchandise, but I always felt, at least from even whenever I was old enough to be a father purchasing the stuff for my children, it didn't ever seem excess. You know, it was. It seemed like it was all fixed and a part of the experience of Star Wars was the action figures, because up until then, yeah, there was G.I. Joes and there was Buck Rod or whatever, or Flash Gordon toys, but nothing in the scope and scale of what we saw with Star Wars. So it's quite the surprise that as we're moving into TLJ talk, like they didn't sell a lot of toys.
Wonder why.
So a good gauge of a good selling toy or a not so good selling toy is to take a little trip to one of your overstock purchasers, such as Ollie's. If you're familiar with Ollie's, just go into Ollie's and see all the action figures from Star Wars and those movies that are still on shelves, discounted for $1.50. Nobody bought the toys. Tell me why.
Because the characters suck and they killed the I don't know, hopes and dreams of the parents of the children that waited 30 years to see their original characters that they grew up with watching get killed on screen and be put aside for the new characters that aren't as interesting slash don't really have any substance to the story slash if they have substance, the directors aren't doing anything with it because there's at the time there was 3 scheduled people, 3 different guys that were going to make these 3 different movies, all with equally different visions. I think Colin Trevorrow probably had the best vision for how this whatever story that we got ended, but he got canned for that because Ray actually took damage. But yeah, that's what it is.
So let me ask you this. Would you have preferred that the original trio not have appeared at all in the sequels?
Compared to what we got? Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's a tough one, Debbie, and if it's an all or nothing, I would have rather had some line or two of, while Leia is still assembling the other whatever resistance, like they're off. They're off screen. It did more damage just to me, like seeing them all on screen but never all on screen. Like that was painful because these folks were Star Wars. They were the story, they were the plot, they were the friends, they were the ragtag group what heroes. And we didn't get a ragtag group of heroes. We got, basically it's as if you were to have created it with, like, I don't know, Wedge Antilles and Admiral Akbar, and like those were the ragtag group. No, everybody already had a job, except for Rey. And she was the pilot. It just didn't fit or feel. I don't know. I'm talking out my ass. It's frustrating, and how I articulate it is just my mind is in 80 different directions right now about trying to be nice but not.
The core of why this trilogy failed is because of this film. It's entirely because of this film that we're about to go over tonight. They could have gone any different direction after TFA, except the one that they went down, because there were so many different theories, and it all comes down to the root cause of the director having a different vision and the studio not having a set core plan for a $4 billion franchise that they purchased. Literally got handed the golden goose and just shattered it into a million pieces.
Listen,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I don't understand what Lucasfilm was doing. I would think with that big of a company plus Disney, you would have sat down if you already had your directors picked. You would have sat down with them and the writers and say, this is what needs to happen. We need to pass the baton, like was said in the comments, with all three, but you need to make them all three movies coherent or
Cohesive.
Thank you. And I don't know if they just handed these films over and said, yeah, just do what you want. Who cares if it's makes sense or is cohesive or whatever. I just don't understand their thinking of what they were doing.
In stuff I've read, JJ had an ending where Ryan went to him and said, this is how my movie's going to pick up. I need you to tweak your ending a little bit. I also think that I know George had a vision of like struggling with the fact that you have these legacy characters and you're eventually going to have to supplant them with the next in line. Whether he could have done it, who knows? But from excerpts of his unfinished scripts that I've read, I think he pays a little bit more tribute to the legacy that those characters have, combined with the Legends story, plus the fact that he's like the creator and obviously has more passion about his IP that he created more than somebody that just bought it and rides the coattails on it. So, but I mean, not having all three of the directors sit down in a room and go over it, delay the movie a year, let all these guys sit in, here's the story, versus they did that. Three people had their own vision. I think if we ever want to go over it, I think it'd be great to go over Colin Trevorrow's script. I think the full thing's out there. I think that'd be a great thing to go over for the show. But they went into panic mode after Last Jedi fractures the fandom in half because you bastardize Luke Skywalker, and then they go into panic mode and then drop just the god awful piece of screen garbage that we got that might be worse than Joker 2, but I haven't seen Joker 2 yet.
Yeah, I was looking forward to Joker 2. I'm a little gun shy. I listen to the critics and listen to the fans, and I'm just not sure I want to go see it.
I've heard it's a movie that I heard it's one of the sequels that absolutely hates how the first movie was perceived and does everything it can to
change it.
Yeah, and rewrite it. But I think I'm just gonna wait for HBO Max on that one. Not go spend $40 for me and Woods to go watch a movie and get a bucket of popcorn and a drink. God forbid that costs $40.
Well, make sure you go to Premiere so you can get refills for free.
I am wanting to do that. I'm thinking I'm gonna wait till it's all out just to binge watch it at one point. I love the Robert Pattinson Batman movie and thoroughly cannot wait for Matt Reeves' second one.
The Penguin is great. I can tell you that.
It is. It's really good.
Hell yeah. We need good TV, man. Rings of Power season 2 is okay. It's just
Definitely an improvement. for sure.
I'm only 3-4 episodes in. I think it's an improvement from season 1. I
I
still
couldn't get
question.
past season 1.
Wait till the season finale.
I like what I don't know. When it's not a Lord of the Rings show, but it's okay.
Hmm.
It's also not an MCU show, but I see Stark Industries on Debbie's shirt. So,
Hey, RIP. He made the MCU, man.
dude, I think I don't care what anyone says. He's the anchor.
Now
So-
he's Doctor Doom, sad face.
So, I remember, and we've talked about it on the show with Zane that action figures. I bought the whole third movie, episode 3, all of them, and all the mistakes, and tracked them down. And eBay was huge at that time to do that sort of thing, and whatever. When the first one came out, I did not buy a single toy. My children did not request a single toy. So, hold on. I don't know what just happened.
Kathleen Kennedy's
kids
made it to
did
the
not-
stream. Sorry, Kathleen.
Sorry. Well, yeah, it just said that I.
I'm
did
not
something wrong.
sorry. Your movies are garbage.
Thanks.
Except for Rogue One.
Rogue One was very good.
And Solo's okay. Hot take.
So
No, I like Solo. Yeah.
when I'm an adult and I have, not necessarily disposable income, but income where I can buy an $8 action figure, I
Dana's
did.
a rolling in dough.
I'm rolling. Yeah.
Look at his house, guys.
No, it doesn't. No, that doesn't. Just I have a mortgage. You don't know what's inside. Okay.
Wait till he gets
we
to work
might
at
have a couple
A&M.
cans of beans and so.
It's gonna go up.
Brother, I've been in your kitchen.
Oh, that's right.
You ain't struggling. Ain't struggling, brother.
We all struggle, man. So, anyways, the point is, like, there was no even real request, like, let's go down the Star Wars aisle. Like, that did not happen with my kids. And if Star Wars is in fact written for kids, I had 2 kids, 20 years younger than me, and then 5 years younger than her, like within a range that should have been engaged and wanting it. And it's not like I withheld that from them. Certainly not. Right. There was nothing. It was crazy. And if you go into these wholesale shops where they just buy overstock crap and try to liquidate it, you're going to see so many action figures of Star Wars, and it's sad. I remember looking on shelves for action figures, and they were empty because they would just, as soon as people would be waiting for the boxes to get opened so that they could snag them. That didn't happen. And I think, to Cam's point, the development or lack of development of interesting, relatable characters in that series directly impacted the it's like the ET cartridge. You remember the old ET Atari 2600 ET game? No, you wouldn't have. You guys were
Atari.
A little bit before my time, brother.
dude. So if just Google Atari ET, and there's this whole thing where they buried like 2 million copies or something crazy. Just buried
is
them.
that
They
that
couldn't sell
horrible
'em.
ET looking game? Is that what you're
Yeah,
talking
it was
about? Oh, okay.
ridiculously stupid game. I had it.
Hey, I'm gonna say this though. When I saw that first trailer for Force Awakens on YouTube, I probably could have punched the monitor in excitement.
When Finn, like, it starts with the desert and Finn
Oh,
in a
bro.
stormtrooper outfit going,
Not even gonna lie, bro.
what is happening?
Still gets me hyped. Then I get sad because I know it comes after.
Yeah.
Really sad. Really sad, I might add. Like,
Yeah.
I wish I could sue them.
So I have been very, not, do what I say for the show, but hey guys, just please watch what we're talking about before we come into the show. And I've been rewatching all the movies. Except I just couldn't do it. I I barely got. What was that? Finn leaking. But I was like, oh Jesus, I can't.
Hey, I've played the Lego stories more than I've seen the films.
Oh my
Solid.
goodness, what's going on in the chat? I'm sorry. You played the
Solid
Lego
Legos.
films more?
Yeah, the Lego stories for Skywalker Saga.
Mm.
They
I
have
have not
Ray.
watched
They have
those.
like Ray at the top of the whole. Like, hold on, I think it's on the case. No, it's not.
Wait,
but they have
you
like
own it?
Ray on the main menu screen. She's like on top of everybody, and like the opening dialogue's like her dialogue. Still makes me feel a certain type of way. Not because of Daisy Ridley, but because when I think of Star Wars, I think of actual Skywalkers.
Ray is an actual, total, just dumbest character I can't. I don't even have like a cool catchphrase word for what. It's just dumb. It was ridiculous. Not you, Daisy. Daisy's
It's
cool.
not the actor's fault that the
No,
director goes a
no.
certain way.
I prefer Ray over Ray, what Palpatine, whatever her name is.
Yeah, what if she's a Palpatine? What? Oh, we'll talk about that next week.
I will.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Huh?
Where are you going to be?
I don't know.
He's got a double. He's got a better softball match.
No, he's
Yeah,
going to find something to do because
I might have softball or something, brother.
You might have something.
I
hear
hey, bro,
Cam. He's like at my bar, like having a drink. What are you doing? You're
Hey,
on
bro.
the show. I had something else to do, man. Sorry.
I just tried this new wine.
You get Charlotte to bring Woods home with a 30 rack of Coors Light, brother, and I might make the show.
You're gonna need it. So
That's
I was
a tax
saying,
write-off for you, brother.
Tuesday. And
No.
was it Debbie saying, "What's a Tito's"? Yeah. What's a Tito's?
Yeah, that was me.
I missed that last week. That was fun. It's getting more fun. Okay, I finished my second glass. We're halfway. We're 30 minutes in. I think we can start to tiptoe.
Are you on the Frankenstein's bottle of the 19 Crimes? I saw that in HEB yesterday. Did you get you one?
It's in my fridge. I've already had one. This one is the vampire one, the Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh, nice.
That's my favorite kind of wine right there.
Amen.
Yeah. So Threshold Vineyards, if you're watching, probably not. I tagged you.
Please.
I like tagging people that I want to come check out our show, so that they can, help us say, we'll give you wine. Just talk about our wine. Okay. That's what I'm looking forward to. It's like, no, I'm not taking off the shirt.
Take it off, brother. Give the people what they want.
Oh.
Hey, we get them a second bottle of 19 Crimes, we might be able to make it happen.
I still have the Yoda 8-ball toy you gave me. Oh my goodness, unbelievable. Yeah.
So it says everything in reverse, right? Dude, you are.
Why is Andrew back on? Oh, that was
Andrew doesn't want Andrew on. What is going on, bro?
Oh my god. Space-time continuum. Where's TVA? Something's not right.
Uh-oh. TVA's here.
Oh, I thought y'all already made the 100. No?
Deadline is tomorrow.
I forget where we're at.
Is it on YouTube or on Facebook? YouTube. Okay, well, let's throw that shit up there. Let's do this.
We're at like 40 something, but the
deadline 45,
is,
I think.
Yeah, deadline is tomorrow.
There we go. Run that on the scroller.
No,
look down there.
I'm leaving.
Is that not right?
Oh, looky there. They can't put a name to the face.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I definitely want Feast of Phantoms to hit 1 million subs one day, but I don't know if I want to see Andrew in that outfit at all. I just don't know if I want to see that.
Let me say something. I say a lot of stupid stuff. Sometimes it comes out, I throw it up, and David was like, "I'm gonna roll with it." And I'm like, "Whoa, I was joking."
Yeah, brother, you gotta.
Then I said, "It's too late. You can't back out now."
Yeah, you gotta be a man to your word, but that's.
Yeah, no.
I just don't know if I'm tuning in for that.
Post.
I think he might be safe. It's all right.
If we can gain 55 subs tomorrow, then I'll do it.
Is
I'll
it
be the
just
55th on Saturday.
all right? Here we go, yo. We're gonna share.
Jesus
What's-
Christ, what are you sharing? If it's a Canto Bite scene, I'm leaving.
100%. Oh yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
No.
That's right, yo. Go over to Feast of Fandom. Over on YouTube. Give them a follow. 200 over there. They're going to. No, God, I don't want to hear this anymore. Okay. Hi, Andrew. I guess the bigger question here, the elephant in the room is: do you already own said outfit?
I do not.
Oh, okay.
That's why I made the deadline Wednesday, so I could put something together Thursday.
Oh, you gonna do it yourself? You got
I'm
those
gonna try
skills?
to. Yeah.
You could probably just go to Spirit Halloween and get one super cheap.
Yeah.
And then the cashier is going to look at you with a very, very big questioning face. But I mean, in
I'm gonna
today's
say it's for my
times,
sister.
I'm going to say in these times
Dude,
they
own it.
might
It's
not,
you. Own it.
but who knows?
Exactly.
Own it.
Well, that's the funny thing. My one of my sisters was like, "Well, in this day and age, that's not that funny." And I'm like, "It's funny because I'm not that way." Like that's why I suggested. I'm like, if I was that way, it wouldn't make sense.
Listen, I would
So
dress up as Leia, but I don't have the body for it.
I don't either.
Oh my
so I don't know
God,
why I
bro.
said it.
I mean, and I think the gold would be cold. Wait, you're not doing the bikini one, are you?
No, I changed
Oh.
it to regular.
Okay, never mind. Let's just rewind. We'll
Yeah.
just delete this part of the
I-
show that I started going into that direction.
Are you
David
gonna
was
do
like,
the
"Look at
bikini
my
gos-
legs."
Are you
I
going to do
do
the
not
bikini
own one.
cosplay?
Yeah, save it for
Dana,
the
or
after dark,
what?
David or Dana.
I don't know. Man, that was where you got to really see like Leia's long hair and yeah. Okay. Anyways,
Dana's like,
sure.
"That's what got me into Star Wars." Slave Leia.
It's 100%. Okay. We
Alright,
have
that's our little
in The Last
slide
Jedi.
right
We've delayed long enough.
We have. Let's do this. In The Last Jedi, there's kind of three things, and I hadn't even pulled up the. I don't know. I've had time to rethink this. Yeah. So the comments that the poll. Okay, we'll start there because I think what we were talking about a little while ago about not having a plan and you needed to get these folks together to write the script or to at least have some continuity and consistencies and blah blah blah. The poll question was Palpatine killing Snoke, or I'm sorry, Kylo Ren killing Snoke. Was this something that Palpatine had anticipated or had planned on, etc.? And I think one of the funniest things I read in response in the comments was they didn't even know until the movie was being made, or like, how would you know? Like Palpatine wasn't even going to come back until later, like that last whatever. And I wanted to play this clip too, and we'll play that here in a minute. But man, there's a lot of truth to that. That here we are trying to do a fair dark side analysis of this movie, and in this instance, can we honestly, knowing what we know? Nah.
I applaud you for trying to figure out some dark side stuff for last week and the parts I listened to. I don't think there's nothing to talk about in any of these three films.
Man, the the temptation of Rey. Do you think it was really temptation? And I'm talking about the scene, like where she's getting drawn to the cold, to the dark side, to the hole, the pit in what we know as the equivalency of the Dagobah cave, right?
Nexus.
The Nexus. that what they
Force
call it?
Nexus.
Force Nexus. Isn't that a Star Trek thing? The Nexus. It was like a little wave.
It's a different thing, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is this the movie where he introduces the scene across galaxy stuff? What is it called? The dyad or whatever?
Mhm.
Oh god, it's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, where they're able to see and feel and within the same.
Oh god, just
No,
makes me cringe.
I don't know that you're gonna make it through this episode, Cameron.
What?
You might-
What movie? What movie?
This movie.
DLJ,
Oh, this
Last Jedi.
movie. Yeah.
So
where he's like shirtless or something.
when she
Yeah.
when she gets tempted by the dark side and he's
brother's
having her
chapped.
reach out, this is really, from what I understand, I don't know how long, or can someone find that? We don't have a lore master.
For what?
Uh,
I can look it up. What?
the island. How long was Ray trained?
Okay, let's see.
Well, like 3 days.
2 days. Yeah.
How long was?
I mean, I didn't see what they were eating. It was just a rock. There was no food.
Yeah, a few days is what I'm seeing.
Eris Korban, I would say he was blinded by his hatred for Luke. Is why he did not realize it was actually him.
Wait, what?
But nobody realized it wasn't him. Not even Leia.
Oh, we're
True.
jumping way
Yeah.
ahead. Okay, we'll go.
That
there.
was like the greatest force projection of all time.
It's so
most
good that
powerful
it
is what I
killed
mean.
him. He
Yeah, most
got real
powerful.
tired.
Yeah.
Well, he'd been shut off from the Force for how many years? And then you try to force project to take on your nephew. Yeah.
He
gonna
actually
take a-
cared. He would have been there in person.
He didn't have a
No,
ship.
because he was so rusty he wouldn't have lasted in a fight.
Isn't this the whole freaking point, though, Debbie? Like, he never. This was. That's not.
How the force works.
That's not how the Force works. That's not Luke. This is what. Okay, so when we talked about this movie as a whole, not trying to look at it from the dark side and all the things that we've been doing lately, like we just looked and talked about this movie before, and I tried to come at it with, I understand why Luke did what he did, to which Cameron just about blew up like atomic fireball, like just
I've been
warhead.
saying it for almost a year, brother. Been saying the same thing.
That no, I mean, Obi-Wan Kenobi watched over Luke, but he was in isolation and did not go to aid and knew people and could feel that people were dying around him, and he didn't go help. Same with Yoda.
Well,
could
he did. He
feel
did go
all
help.
that.
He helped Leia.
Yoda,
In that
again, you're
show, in that show,
shoehorning this
so
shit
great.
in, man. Look,
In that show,
I'm
awesome.
trying so hard right now to be as objective as possible, and I can't.
And he lets Vader live after he beats him. Isn't
How
that
is it
better
that you let
too?
live? Why are we not
Ah.
talking about Kenobi? We'll do that on the 22nd. I know it'll go backwards, but on the 22nd, that's 2 weeks from now, we'll go over that. We have a blank show, so we'll go over that. Maybe we have Brian on then.
Brian,
Let me tell you something, Brian. I'm trying to get us back to the other, and that's fine if we don't ever go back there. I just thought that scene was very interesting because it pulls that scene with her going into the thing is because, and the question of how long was she there? When did this take place? The very next morning. So it would be then day 2 start of her training that she was on this island. And because she chased him all over the island for like an entire day, right? Yeah. So everyone's like, whatever. This is the dumbest thing I've seen.
it's.
We're wasting time.
I don't
on it.
know. I don't think the Lego games go in that deep, brother. But I think so. You might be
Well,
right.
I know in the book, well, we see her sleeping outside his hut or whatever it was, at least one night. And then there's a scene in the book that's not in the movie, which I believe has, and I don't even remember what the third lesson was because we never got to the third lesson in the movie. But in the book,
Yeah.
it does. And it's a nighttime scene. It involves the villagers and then invaders, or she thought was invaders, and they really weren't. But anyway, so at least 2 or 3 nights. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, how does it look, Debbie? You don't. I'm not saying that you're 100% defending that movie or those scenes, but it seems that you're trying real hard. I mean, do you ever be like, God, yeah, this movie is pretty terrible, or do you like the movie? Because I think I'm saying this because through all of this, you've been the most positive. No matter who our guest has been, no matter if it's just us co-hosts or whatever, like you're usually pretty positive, and you come up with these things that okay, I get it, yeah, that makes sense. But do you ever just be like, yeah, okay, F it, it's crap. I mean, but if
Well,
you really like it, I'm not judging.
did I really like the movie?
Yeah,
No, it's not my favorite. There are elements within it that I like.
It's a beautiful movie. Beautiful movie. I'll admit, it's a beautiful film.
yeah.
I love the
Oh, we're thinking really hard here,
no,
Debbie. What do you love?
The Snoke room, his throne room, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's called a throne room. Anyways, that whole scene in where Kylo takes out Snoke and then her and him are fighting the Red Guards. I thought that was neat. That was cool. That was neat looking. I liked it. And it kind of paralleled the ride up in the elevator, kind of paralleled Luke and Vader.
Yeah. I would agree on that part. Absolutely. There was a lot of that feeling that we got from Luke and Vader as well, or in that scene from that. That
Now,
scene. Go ahead.
Now, I don't like what they did to Luke. I don't agree with it. But him doing the hollow projection. Huh?
Because I said you finally broke.
Oh. But him doing the force projection thing, I thought that was like the most Jedi thing to do ever. He knew he couldn't do anything physically there. He's so out of shape. And he hasn't used the force. He's been closed off from the force for, like I said, who knows, 30 years. Or, well, not 30 years, but you know what I mean. And, yeah, I mean, was it the greatest portrayal of Luke? No. But I thought what he did was very, very Jedi.
Maybe what he ended up doing was Luke-ish. Some of the stuff with, the sabacc dice and, see, like those are very Lukey things. But
I feel like if he knows he's going to die either way, why not be there?
Well, I mean, the way we see him, he looks old, he looks haggard, but when he does his force projection, he looks like they remember him.
Mm-hmm.
Younger, more fit.
Why does he have his blue light? Why does he have Anakin's saber? That was another thing. Little small tidbit I didn't like.
Taunt. I when I saw that, I thought it was to taunt him, to taunt Kylo Ren.
Because in TFA he says that's mine, give it to me or something like that.
Yeah.
He knows Kylo can't resist.
Yeah. I think it was to goad him.
Yeah, because he feels entitled to it. But yeah.
That belongs to me. Yeah.
Do I like the movie? It's all right. I always skip through the Canto bite thing. I hate that.
Oh, it's so bad.
I always fast forward every single time.
That Praetorian scene, I got to come back to that because when Snoke gets cut in half, I'm like, yes, I agree. That was pretty slick. But from that moment on, you're telling me it was just curtains that you got hanging around to block what's happening outside. I thought that was ridiculous. And you have this big magnifying glass to see out. I thought that was ridiculous. But I know that has been somewhere in Star Wars lore. That is a thing. So I mean, I was okay with seeing it, but I'm like, that far in the future of what we know of Star, like, there's no way that would be whatever. You just have it as a monitor showing you. I don't know. Just that scene got a little sloppy for me. They slowed it down. Why? You have two young, svelte actors there that could have given us something close to what we had with Obi-Wan and Anakin in Episode 3. And that's what I thought was going to happen when I was in the process of watching it live. And I was utterly
it's
disappointed.
not just two characters. You have several characters in there. I'm trying to think if they've done that in any of the movies where, I mean,
I've
outside
never
of Clone
seen
Wars.
an entire fight be so slow-mo than I saw this, that I can recall.
It's
They want you to see it all.
it's the
Even
core
the
problem
mistakes
of
where swords were disappearing. Yeah,
it's the core problem of Disney Star Wars. I think Hayden and Ewan are the only ones that really know what it's like to actually wield those and make it seem like they're, fighting with lightsabers. I don't know. The excuse I've always heard is I expected Kylo to be a little bit more proficient with his lightsaber abilities than he was, considering he was trained by Luke, and I assume, at least the Luke that I would know to be maybe more headcanon-y, would find texts about Jedi forms or develop a form or something, some sort of foundation to where his students, or at least his only student, I guess, that lives, would be able to, I don't know, beat people that have never wielded lightsabers before. But
we talked about this in last week's show, that his fighting style is affected by his not being balanced in the Force.
But I don't know. I mean, I think they just don't have the right people directing the action for that.
I agree.
At all, and that's just a new Star Wars thing. I mean, Hayden had it in Ahsoka, but you could tell that Rosario Dawson was not up to speed with what he spent, 5 years doing every day.
They need to get Nick Gillard back.
If they wanted him back, they'd have hired him 10 years ago.
Here's I think what I'm hearing, and correct me if I'm wrong. So you have Kylo Ren that is not proficient in, from anything we can tell, any lightsaber forms, whatever. He has no whatever. He's just he's out of balance, and he's just going crazy and swinging that saber. So then it would make sense, if that is the case, that he could be beaten by someone who didn't wield a lightsaber. Now, the problem with this is there's no way this would happen, because while she was proficient at her little dual whatever, because
staff.
she was, thank you, it's $1.25 staff, but don't tell, no. Anyone? Daffy? Okay. I just lost it. No, just kidding. So while she was proficient at some fighting, I will give her that. Dude, Kylo Ren has been like hunting down people and fighting people. Like, she hasn't done that. He has. And so it is unbelievable to me that at the end of that first episode that she would have, one, beat him, and two, even here with the Praetorian and everything, I just wasn't feeling it. I thought it was sloppy. It was slow mode, and it's like you're hiding stuff when you make it slow mo like that. No fighting scene had ever been slow mo like that.
Did Zack Snyder direct that scene?
Who?
Felt
Zack
like it.
Snyder.
Oh yeah, right.
Bro, there's nothing more epitome of Zack Snyder slow-mo than in the Snyder cut when the Flash saves Iris and there's just glizzies just slow-mo flying through the air, bro. That is just epitome of Zack Snyder. He just can't help
These
himself.
guys have their own signature, right? I mean, there's one, and then you got the Lens Claire Abrams, God, everywhere.
I
Yeah.
just don't know how you make Watchmen and then you go from that to the films he made after that. Really sad indeed.
I like Man of Steel.
Man of Steel's cool. I'm a fan of Batman v Superman Ultimate Cut.
Yes,
But
very much.
Gotta
Yeah.
emphasize the Ultimate there.
Yeah, most definitely.
So when we're looking at the first movie in the series, which is Phantom Menace, we have kind of the bad guy, the villain, Maul, the Sith Lord. We'll call him a Sith Lord because he's not a villain. Darth Maul had some proficiencies. He was assassin. He was amazing. So we had this example. If I'm setting myself as a new Star Wars fan, someone who did not start in Episode 4, I'm seeing this being portrayed on camera as this amazing. Of course, Ray Park, but it was amazing. Then when you fast forward to Count Dooku, he was pretty cool. He knows Nosferatu, of course. He's awesome. But the writing was decent. The fighting was, I know he was like 108 or something when they filmed that. So I know he's like, they had to do some things. I get that. And I'm forgiving for that. Okay. I could
Christopher
tell,
Lee, brother. We can
What?
forgive. It's Christopher Lee. We can forgive.
Absolutely. And then even Palpatine's saber fighting was amazing. Well, that's because it wasn't him. There's a dude in a mask. Like, I'm not, whatever. So tell me this. Who wanted to know more about Darth Maul and his past? I did.
Me, yeah.
Who wanted to know more about Count Dooku? And if he was a Padawan, like, what happened? Who is it? What? I did. Who wanted to learn more about Darth Vader in Episode 4? Who is this guy? I did. And then in Episode 5, the Emperor is introduced. I want to know. Kylo Ren. Man, I believe, as much as I've done some discussion about some good things about what we can take from Kylo Ren's from that character. Adam Driver, you're amazing. Nothing against you.
Love you, brother.
But this character, I couldn't. I have daddy issues, and I couldn't relate to him. Come on. It wasn't his fault. I did not care. You know what I was more interested in? Who are the Knights of Ren? What is this? I want to know about the Knights of. I want to know about the Knights. Who are the Knights? Were they ex-Jedi? Were they a group that was, looking for a leader? Or they're like, I don't know. Someone tell me, who are the Knights of Ren? And I wanted to know more about that. Those origins than I did about Kylo Ren's origins.
I was more interested in why Luke built such a shitty Jedi Order.
Well, he'd never done it before.
Well, he hadn't done it before in the books I'm reading, and he's doing what he can.
And he failed several times in the books too.
Oh, he is failing pretty hard.
So that's a great segue. Thank you, Debbie. Were you listening to
Anytime.
Darth Zane and I in the pre-show where we were talking about the failure piece?
No.
No.
Debbie
Okay.
just has a way of predicting the future and what we want to
She
talk
does.
about.
She does.
Well, see, that's because I'm old. So I can predict what you
Prophesy.
youngins
Oh,
are thinking.
She's
already lived it, man.
10 steps ahead.
That's right.
Yeah, I've already lived it. I've lived
She's
many
already lived it.
lifetimes.
But yeah, shoot, what we just went off, and I totally lost the train of thought there. What were we just talking about?
Failures in the book.
Failures, yeah. So Luke, this is what we were discussing in pre-show, was that maybe I held that character at such a high pedestal that whenever he failed, I had a hard time dealing with it. And I don't think I agree with that. I can look up to someone and know how important it is that they fail so that they grow from that and become greater. That's what the hero struggle is, like failure, being injured, losing a hand, and then coming back and figuring out not just the way to win, but the absolute best way to get the absolute best outcome. Luke Skywalker, that we knew, did that. And it was done in a compassionate way and in an attachment way, which he was able to expand upon in his Jedi Order. That attachment was okay. And we don't get that from the new movies, but we did get that obviously in Legends. I have a difficult time accepting still that the individual that turned away from the dark side in the face of the dark side. I'm not talking about the comics or anything like that. That's not canon. I'm talking just the movies. The man that refused to take the path his father did, that was bigger than his father, that in the face of certain death still held his ground. I am a Jedi, like my father before me, which is not what we saw in the Luke we got on that tiny little island. That Luke was a chicken shit running guy that is not any version that we've ever seen or heard in the past. And it's not about him failing from my point of view. It's that he never would have done it in the first place. He never would have. He looked at a guy that killed how many thousands of people Darth Vader killed, and he still saw good in him. No one else did. Not even Obi-Wan, who knew him through and through, saw any good in him. So that Luke Skywalker is not the same. When Cameron says this isn't the same Luke, that's what I believe he means. It's not that it's, I disagree that he was, drinking green milk from the teat of this animal. He looks ridiculous. No, beyond that, they made him look stupid and ridiculous. And they made fun of him. And I hated it. And I know that's what, Mark Hamill, we disagree on like 98% of what you post on all your socials. But I do agree with one thing. And that is, that's not your Luke either.
I'm straight, brother.
You, man.
Bro, I'm fired up, Dana.
Okay.
I'm fired up.
Let's get it out.
Lock it in, baby.
Okay, I'm good.
God, I'm sending you some 19 crimes on the way, brother. I'm fired up right now.
All right, who's next? Nobody. Okay.
Debate over.
I need to hear though.
What's the question, brother? What you want to know?
Okay, so the question is, when you're looking at the Luke Skywalker portion of, because he has to deal with dark side influence through all of this, right? We have an assumption that
Good shit.
This does have to do with dark side, I swear. Luke Skywalker, in the face of the dark side, what he was envisioning, he was going to strike down his nephew, right? We agree that's what they portrayed. How it happened, the details, we've got 3 different versions, whatever. End of the day, I was going to strike him down because I saw this potential future.
Hey, I was told that he didn't, by other people that we've speak with on the regular, he didn't technically try to assassinate him. He just lit the saber. Well, I'm like, well, brother, we disagree on the fundamental part. He never would have lit the saber.
Hold on. If we go down that pathway, then fundamentally there is canon that says a Jedi doesn't ignite their saber unless they're ready to kill.
We ain't talking about that show tonight, brother. It's not coming back. I'm trying to find some lore right now.
That's canon, brother. That's canon. I don't know, man.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Fake news.
Mm.
Oh my goodness.
God, I feel like I should know this because I just finished the third Jedi Academy book, which was an improvement from the other two.
Yeah, it was. No, I didn't read them. I don't know.
It felt like a good ending to the trilogy.
So I want to talk about Snoke a little bit. I don't understand the point of Snoke if you're just going to bring in Palpatine. I really don't.
Because
But
Palpatine didn't want to be known until the right time.
so
Snoke was just a puppet. Palpatine even says, every voice you've ever heard in your head has been mine, including Snoke's.
we're going to talk about how ridiculous that is next week. Including Snoke's, though, you're right. Like, this was the movie that's like the dustpan. And they tried to scoop it, but you still have that one line of shit that doesn't get into the dustpan ever. Like, even though you kind of scoot it that's what this movie was. There was an attempt, and we'll talk about it next week. There was an attempt to kind of close it all up and button it in a package, and we're done. And no, it's like as if you put water in a Ziploc and took a bite out of it. It's just leaking everywhere. It's just ridiculous. I don't know. That was a terrible analogy, but.
So, are you talking about Finn?
Finn? That's when that movie lost me. Man. Okay, so isn't this is Leia Poppins, right?
Yes.
Don't we get Leia Poppins? This is the movie with Leia Poppins. And again,
Yes.
I'm like, this is the movie because I did not rewatch it. How are we not talking about Leia Poppins right now? I mean,
no, make it stop, dude. Hold on, I found what I was trying to find though.
Are you gonna share it on screen? Nope.
It's really long. I mean, I can text it to you.
You do what you gotta do.
Haha. But it's from that Skywalker Stories YouTube video with Luke and Malgus that I sent.
Oh yeah.
But I'll just send you the screenshot of this comment. Would you prefer a Facebook group or text message, sir?
I don't care.
Okay. I'm gonna crop it.
Okay. We're gonna do this. We're gonna watch this real quick. So we've talked at length in an entire show, and then here we are again talking about Luke. Even though we're trying to keep it Sithy, folks, it's just hard because there's not a lot of Sithy shit in this movie, which is dumb because
let's go.
What's it called? The Last Jedi. So of course it's gonna be talking about there are 0 Jedi in this movie. Think about that.
Hot take, brother.
There are 0 actual Jedi in this movie because our boy Luke does not ever come back to become he got with the Force and he used the Force. I mean, he was never quote unquote a Jedi again. But there is a great video that someone sent me, and it's someone. Was it you, Cam?
What are you talking about?
This
the
video.
Malgus video?
Yeah, Darth Malgus.
Hell yeah, brother.
We're gonna watch this, and
this is a great YouTube channel.
It's a couple minutes.
What's the name
So
of the
I want to
channel?
share it because I want us to talk about
Skywalker
this.
Stories.
This is huge. This is like this guy. I've watched some of his other videos. It's fantastic. I don't have his yet, but I'm gonna try to get him on.
This is one of the many examples of people on YouTube understanding Star Wars source material more than the people that own it,
dude,
and
but
the
that's
people
the
that
thing.
write for it.
Like we're not. It's not like we're making this up that we just don't like it. It's not that we have a passion like he has for his friends and family. We have a passion for the IP. Oh my goodness! You know what? If I click play right here, it's not gonna work because I have to click it here.
This is AI, Andrew. It's all AI oriented.
Really?
That's why it looks kind of cringe.
Yeah.
Still great stuff in there.
It's great stuff, man. Here, let me put the.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen some of his videos.
A Jedi, venturing into the heart of darkness. What brings you here?
Knowledge.
understanding the past to prevent the repetition of old tragedies.
The perpetual flaw of the Jedi, believing that knowledge alone can alter destiny.
Destiny is shaped by actions, informed by wisdom.
He
The
always
Force is
goes.
more than light or dark. It's a spectrum we must comprehend.
Spoken like one who has never fully embraced either side. The Sith harness the Force's true power by accepting their nature.
Power without restraint leads to self-destruction.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Whoa.
whoa, whoa,
Wow, 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 wow.
Wow. Wow.
Time out.
What did
Whoa,
he say?
whoa, 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 whoa.
We need. Hold on. I disagree. Here we go. I agree with Malgus here.
It's a spectrum we must comprehend.
I agree.
Spoken like one who has never fully embraced either side.
Oh, see, I think
Bar drop.
that's it. Like, understand that everything we've always talked about is balance, right? You've got to have balance, and the light side is balance, according to Lucas. We know this, right? However, never does it say you don't have this little nugget of this in you, right? So the question has always been with the Sith Dominion podcast, how do we use those little nuggets to get us the edge in our lives forward? And this is huge because unless you've experienced loss, it's hard to comfort those who have. Unless you've experienced some sort of negative energies with folks, bullying you or what have you, until you experience that, then you're not going to fully be able to understand that. And so when he's talking about, I like to, or what does he say? Sorry, I like to. He says, there we go.
By actions, informed by wisdom. The Force is more than light or dark. It's a spectrum we must comprehend.
Spoken like one who has never fully embraced either side.
Yes.
The Sith harness the Force's true power by accepting their nature.
So this is where it's like, yeah, we can accept who we are, right?
I
But-
just subbed to him.
Go ahead.
I just subscribed to him.
Oh,
Oh.
to this guy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Power without restraint leads to self-destruction.
Disagree.
I've seen it consume those who sought to control rather than understand.
Agree.
Restraint is the chain that the weak place upon the strong. Without ambition, without desire, the galaxy would stagnate.
That's a mic drop. Listen, if you are satisfied with status quo, that's what the Jedi were, and that's why they fell. 1,000 years of status quo and being complacent, not challenging themselves, not exploring what else is over there and what else may be brewing. Man, I'm getting
Unless you're Mace Windu.
Unless you're Mace. Yes, I know. Some folks like him, some folks hate him. I love that dude. I'd love a Mace show.
Ambition must be tempered with conscience.
Agree.
The cost of unbridled desire is often paid by the innocent.
An idealistic notion. The strong have always shaped the fate of the weak.
Do we disagree? Is that not true in our human history that the strong have always shaped the fate of the weak?
I'd say so.
Yes.
I'm not saying
Otherwise,
it's
there'd
right
be
or
no
wrong. I'm
fear.
just
You know?
asking- oh, sorry.
Is this based
It's
on
the
a
natural-
comic or something?
No, this is
No.
all just
Order
kind
of
of
the galaxy.
True
No.
order isn't imposed through fear and oppression. It arises from balance and respect for all life.
You speak of bonds,
Ideally,
yet
yeah.
the Jedi forbid attachment.
Here
How
it
do
is.
you reconcile
This
this
is the best part.
contradiction?
Mic drop.
Strength
best
is not
part.
merely physical or rooted in the Force. Compassion, empathy, these are strengths that bind us together.
Fear leads to anger, anger to hate. An old mantra. Yet the Sith embrace these emotions and wield them as weapons.
That's right.
I've learned that attachment isn't the enemy. Fear of loss is. Accepting change and letting go.
Yeah.
That is the true challenge.
That's that shit
Control
right
is-
there. That's Luke Skywalker, man.
Okay. See,
That's that stuff
see,
right there.
Now, is there anything in that piece that you're like, no, he's right, or no, he's terrible. That's wrong. Where are you at right now with Luke? I know where you're at. You're like all in.
Oh, that's Luke Skywalker right there, dog.
Hold up.
Yeah.
What we got here, Tony? What's up, Tony? We are watching this Tales of the Jedi. It is a fan generated thing where they're talking about dark side and light side, and Darth Malgus is amazing and wonderful, and Luke Skywalker, well, the version that we have here is awesome. The version on The Last Jedi, terrible. Here we
You gotta go. It's a YouTube channel called Skywalker Stories. You should go check them out.
Hey, can
It's,
someone pop that in the text? If you click on text and add a new and pop that in there, so
I'll
we can
do it.
scroll
Yeah.
I want to give them credit. We'll put this in the description
It's
too.
achieved through dominance, through the subjugation of all that stands in opposition.
Weapons that ultimately turn against their wielders. The dark side consumes those who cannot control it.
Perhaps there is more to your philosophy than mere platitudes. Yet, do you truly believe the galaxy can exist without conflict?
Control achieved through domination is fragile. It breeds rebellion and unrest. True harmony comes from understanding, not subjugation.
Peace is a lie, a fleeting illusion. Only through strength can lasting stability be realized.
Okay, understand. I think this is a question I have for you all. He is equating stability to peace. And I'm not sure that is the same thing. We'll pause this and hide this for a minute so we can talk. Whew. Oh gosh, I had to fix it all. Okay, we're back. Do you agree that stability and peace are different?
hmm
So
You can be stable and not be at peace.
yeah,
You know, like think about financially. You could be financially stable, but I don't know, be not at peace with something else.
Yeah, you're always anxious about your money too.
Yeah.
You know.
yeah.
So
So Malgus here is, and I believe the Sith in general. I could be wrong. They use peace and stability and all of those kinds of words synonymously, and they just use them as meaning the same thing. The Jedi do not, because of the subjugation piece, because which Luke points out, the fear of harm, fear of force, Tarkin doctrine. So yeah, what do you think? I mean, is this a problem in the Sith, or is it something that maybe we can lean a little more into, that maybe there is something to be said, that there is a peace that comes from stability? Or is it about the cost to get to that point? Maybe that's it.
I think you make a good point there.
What is the cost, and is it worth it?
I don't see how the Sith have peace or stability, because the moment you take an apprentice, that apprentice is always going to be after you. How's that peace and stability?
I mean, Anakin even says, though, I brought peace and justice to my new empire. Like,
And it was a delusion
your
Yeah,
new empire.
It's because he's told that, and
by
thinks-
Palpatine,
yeah, and
which was also, delusional. It was a lie to get what he wanted.
what? People lie to get what they want?
I think it was kind of it was another ruse by Palpatine to make Vader think that what he's doing is the right thing, even though we all know it's the wrong thing, but to make him fall even more and more to the dark side. It's the
You
only
think-
time we actually see him with his Sith eyes is when he's murdering them, not in the temple. Even in that god awful Kenobi show, he doesn't have the Sith eyes because he's more. I always think he's doing that just because I mean, I'm doing this because I'm being told to. Whereas I think when he slaughtered all the Trade Federation, he actually truly embraced the dark side and enjoyed that because of the Clone Wars, Padme's assassination, all that stuff. You know, and Palpatine knows all that.
Yeah.
He planned it all.
Sith architect.
The greatest of them
Dude.
all. But he loses to Rey because he won't stop shooting lightning out of his hands.
You'd think he'd learn his lesson after Mace, right?
Conflict is inevitable.
One more time for those in the back.
But it's how we face it that defines us.
Hold on, one more time.
Inevitable. But it's how we face it
Okay,
that
you're
defines
killing me.
us.
Oh my God, what is happening right now?
Not subjugation.
Peace is a lie, a fleeting illusion. Conflict.
Control achieved through domination is fragile. It breeds rebellion and unrest. True harmony comes from understanding, not subjugation.
Peace is a lie, a fleeting illusion. Only through strength can lasting stability be realized.
Conflict is inevitable, but it's how we face it that defines us. We can choose to perpetuate a cycle of violence or seek paths toward peace.
You are different from the Jedi I knew, willing to question, yet steadfast in your convictions.
Strength without compassion is hollow. It's in the union of the two that we find purpose.
God! It's good shit right there.
Get that on a pillow.
One more time for those in the back. Like, yeah. I mean, I know we're a Sithy show, but god dang it, dude. You just killed it there.
Union of the two that we find purpose.
Yeah.
Perhaps in another
Unbelievable. I need to know how they're coming up with this material, because I mean, I'm sure they've read everything that there is to read in the legends, because this is the Luke Cam was expecting, is it not?
Pretty similar,
Pretty
I
close.
would say.
Hollow. It's in the union of the two that we find purpose.
Perhaps in another time things might have been different. Beware, Skywalker. The shadows are long, and the night is dark.
Growth comes from questioning. The Force is infinite. Our understanding is ever evolving.
Peace. An interesting notion.
Light shines brightest in the deepest darkness. May you find peace in the Force.
Yeah, so that's that. Man, that was a good one.
It's a great
I,
YouTube channel. Everyone watching, go sub to them. They
Yeah, go check it out. YouTube Skywalker Stories.
they
Good stuff.
do some scenes from the Legends novels, kind of adapt them to the AI CGI stuff. I know they just did the recent, like, I guess when Mara Jade confronts Darth Caedus. Not like a full fight, but like when she, finally sees him, that he's fallen to the dark side and all that. It was pretty cool.
Such great writing in those novels, man. I mean, like when you if you're a reader, which I am from time to time, it's rare that a book on paper puts me in a place of emotion to where I need to set the book down and walk away for a bit. There were many moments in the 35 whatever novels I read before everything happened in 2012 or whatever, where I was like I had to put the book down and just take a few moments and maybe even just stop for the night, because Chewie just died. I mean, Chewie died and I couldn't sleep. Like it destroyed me. And the situation surrounding it, go read the book. It's amazing. And when Han died, I didn't feel that. That's a problem with your writing, with your directing, with all the things. That's the problem, is that those that you were trying to reach didn't care And those that you didn't care to reach, that did care, can't stand what you did. Period. That's where we're at. Sorry. But god dang it, dude. Like, I want to like the material. Debbie and I have at length talked about this several times on this show. I want to like it when it comes on. When I hear that the Acolyte is coming, I want it and I want to like it. And I want you to explore the things, and maybe you're going to show me something I wasn't anticipating, or maybe you're going to show me something I may not be expecting. But I will tell you, it's not going to be something that you're doing just to prove a point or make a point about something that's not even remotely about the story of Star Wars. And now you've lost us. The people that pay your salaries, man. You've lost us. I'm not telling you make some fan piece of garbage that this is what we want, and you package it up exactly like we want. No, it's not what I'm saying. We didn't even know we needed The Mandalorian. But God bless it, we loved that show.
Season one was unlike anything I'd ever seen. It was one of the only things keeping me around until Josiah made me watch Clone Wars all the way through in Rebels.
I'm not going to watch that stupid cartoon. I'm an adult. Who cares about Rebels?
Lock it in, brother. It's a good show.
Dude,
If
you hadn't seen it, you're missing
it.
Some
of the best.
That is another. The writing, the directing, the acting was spot on in that. And just many times. I can count 3 times that I got a little emotional in Rebels. One, we all know. That was tough. And the Bendu stuff, I got a little emotional. That was tough too. Just it was just big, so good. And it was very clear who was walking the light side, who was struggling with walking the light side. And it was very clear where the dark side was in all of this as well. When you start blurring the lines of light and dark, that's where you start losing us. And I believe, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I want to know y'all's thoughts on this second movie really started to blur the lines of what was light and dark and good and evil and intent and motivation and all these things. Go. Whew. Thank you, Josiah. Yeah. So what do you think? Andrew, we've been leaving you out of the conversation a little bit here, man.
Oh,
Where are
and
you
then
at
you let me speak first on the most psychological question here. Philosophical question.
She always wants to go last.
Let's see. So what do I think about The Last Jedi, just not including light and dark in it?
Just the way that they started moving that into a more grayish area on what is or is not good, bad, based on motivation and these sorts of things.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I haven't seen The Last Jedi in quite some time, but from what I can remember, I don't think motivation excuses actions. Like in the sense of you did something bad, but I don't know, you were motivated to do it, so it's good because I think what I'm doing is good. You could look at it. Does Kylo think he's right? Like when you are so deep into a belief on something, you think what you're doing is right.
Right.
And if anyone tries to tell you that's not the case, you're gonna just think they're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's really anything as a gray Jedi. You're really, in the Jedi sense, you're either light side or you're dark side. You may be light and tread the dark side, and there will be times where you're dark and tread the light side. But obviously, in real life, I'm not saying that's not the case. But I'm saying in the Jedi sense, you're either light or dark.
Sure, no one's infallible, right? I mean, we see that all through the Star Wars universe, and so to sit up there on the high horse of it is this way, I can't follow along with what they were trying to show in the Kylo Ren was a little misguided, but he was only trying to fulfill the destiny of his family and he was a little crazy, but in
He
the
doesn't-
end,
he didn't understand the destiny of his family.
no, he doesn't. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. What? Okay, so so go over to oh, I don't know, man. It shows it 6. When Kylo and her have that moment and they are able to see each other's surroundings. This is in the what's his name's hut or whatever, or she's in her hut or whatever on the island. When that happens and Luke comes in, there is this chill, right? This sense that Luke has. We've never seen this. We've never heard of this before. This whole dyad thing is. Has this ever happened in a book that maybe I just didn't read? I mean, Debbie, have you ever seen this? I know you've read just about as many as I have, not more.
I think it's been mentioned before. The dyads. It is a thing. I don't know if they ever went very deep into it, but I know it, at least it has been mentioned. I don't know if that's in comics or in the books, but I do remember it being mentioned somewhere.
Yeah. I can't imagine that we would go through what at that point almost 4 hours of movie. And now we're going to add this whole new thing where you're going to be able to experience what the other person is experiencing in their time and place. It didn't set right with me. That's not a force power that I've ever really been aware of.
It's
Doesn't
a
mean
Sith power.
It's a Sith power.
Palpatine was doing all that.
Oh no! I was thinking World Between Worlds, where he was able to see through that portal with Ezra.
Oh, it's such a stupid thing too, man. Oh my god, bro.
We couldn't have Anakin back without the World Between Worlds, though.
I'm fine with it. Frankie, what are you...
All right, we're gonna head down the back end of this here.
That's what she said.
Canto. No.
It's time for me to leave. I don't know. Y'all are going places I don't want to be.
Oh my god. Last show we talked about just I get it. It's cinema. As long as there's light left, we still have hope. Yeah, you say it, Poe. You get him, and whatever.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
And then we moved to. They did Isaac's wrong, man. Somehow Palpatine returned. Shit, where was I?
That boy was acting his ass off for that line, I'll tell you that. Even he didn't believe it.
Anyways, so looking at Poe, where was I going with that? Jeez, whatever.
We're supposed to be wrapping it up, brother.
We are
you
supposed
said
to
something about the back end.
Oh,
Hey, reel it in.
yeah, I know.
Reel it in. Hey, we got a game to play.
Oh yeah, look at you. Working on it. I guess I know who's not going to be in After Dark.
I'm sorry, brother. I've been looking forward to this all day.
Do it.
Minus the podcast, of course. I'm just geeked up thinking about it.
So the towards the end of this, we have we talked about Luke. We talked about Leia. Leia dies in this one, right?
No, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Next one.
No,
Next
right?
one.
Yeah, Rise. Yeah.
Oh, that's because we had a disagreement on when she died. I was saying she died right when she got into the head of Kylo, and Rey ended up stabbing him, and then she died. That's what I was saying, and I haven't rewatched it. And Debbie was saying, no, it's whenever. I forget now. What did you say? It's later.
It's when Kylo dies.
When Kylo.
When Ben dies.
Ben dies in the throne room.
And then she disappears.
Yeah.
And the
Our
Force.
lore master.
So we're gonna have to rewatch it for next week. He's like, y'all
Oh,
watch it.
Hell no. Hell no.
you're gonna have to give Cam a raise.
I know. I'll double your salary. How's that?
Shit.
Oh wait, no, because I guess I have given you a couple shirts. No, never mind. I don't.
Triple that.
I can't make them.
Hey,
anymore.
you can't be saying you gifted me nothing. I offered to pay, and you were like, no.
No. It's
No. Tax write-off. Oh, no payments. No payments. Dana, CPA, if you're watching the show, he's declining payments.
I need you to write me a couple of receipts. I need some tithe for my money, please.
Bro, think of all the wine you can write off with just
Venmo
putting it
him.
on the show.
Oh, I
So-
am working. I am talking about work while I'm drinking wine.
Bro, that's a
Oh my gosh,
Endless loophole.
dude.
God. We love the tax code.
We do.
The rich must pay their fair share.
That's right. And they all use the same loopholes all the people who make the laws use. So it's all a big smoke and mirrors, folks.
As my grandmother says, it's a racket.
It's a
It's a
racket.
racket.
Don't fall for it.
So you're telling me I shouldn't pay taxes, is what you're saying?
It is unlawful to pay taxes.
Technically, you
It
don't
is
have
also
to.
against the law not to pay taxes. So
But brother, they are going to come after everything.
they're going to come after you, even though you are protected. You have to get a lawyer, and you can declare yourself sovereign, and there's all kinds of crazy things you can do. It's a real thing. But
at that point, I'm just paying. I don't want to go through all that
yeah,
stuff.
see, that's what they count on. That's what they count on. It's like anyone who owns a home has been through the appraisal process, right? They're like,
No.
tell you, like, oh, your house is worth $150 million. And you're like, man, are you kidding me? 150 million? No, it's a
I bet your house is
hooked
probably
up
worth
to
that
my
much,
truck.
Dana, with
It's
how
not.
well you're doing.
on wheels.
Oh, brother, that dude's got the tall ceilings in his house. They tell
Oh
you.
wow, okay. I've been in some rich, tall house ceiling houses, so I'm gonna
Man,
give you.
I
I'm
live
gonna
in a
give you an offer you
neighborhood.
can't refuse,
got
Dana, on your house.
Tiny yard. This is not what.
Bro, you have a pool in your backyard, and you still
make
have a
it sound
yard.
like I have this mansion. I have a mansion, dude.
Bro, you got a nice little piece of property.
Bonus
Hey, I've been
episode for the
working
Sith
hard
Dominion will be a
for
house
a
tour.
long time.
Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with saying that, but you got a nice little piece of property.
And I pay taxes until I have my own business, and then I lose a lot of money in a year so that I don't have to pay taxes. So it doesn't really make sense, but it did make sense on paper, and that makes me smile. So
Oh man.
okay, for real, Debbie. I know we're closing out. Last question.
For the 20th time.
Debbie's like, hey man, we need TSD at 7 o'clock.
7. Ugh. It's like I'm
Our
still in the
time.
line at Luby's cafeteria at 7. I can't. Just kidding. I'm not that old.
You even have a Luby's?
I don't know. Do we have? I don't think we have
I
a
don't
Luby.
think we have a Luby's.
We don't have any.
He's not.
This is very
All that
true.
money he's been giving me is
Yes,
laundered. Oh gosh, I gotta go make some calls.
Yes.
I need to get a lawyer.
Okay, so we have there's a couple of scenes I want to talk about specifically with Kylo Ren. The first, which we've made mention of before, is just how he treats what's his name? Don Gleason. Hux. How he treats Hux.
Hugs, General Hugs.
We all have jobs, right? I mean, we've all worked somewhere at some time. We get that there is a boss, okay, that hands down directives and instructions and everyone follows, okay? But as quote unquote now supreme leader, Kylo Ren is facing off with all of his ground troops or whatnot against the last bit of the resistance. In that scene, he doesn't treat General Karen Hux says that's fantastic. Absolutely.
Hux is a soy boy.
Dude, they made Hux look like a total idiot that who would follow Hux? Raise your hand if you would follow Hux.
Bro, it's a character written by Ryan Johnson, dude. You can't expect much from here.
He is not Tarkin. He is not Thrawn. He is not. He's not even Admiral Oswald. Like
He's a Nepo baby, is what he is.
He's a Nepo baby. Is he?
Yes.
Did I miss something? Is
His
he?
father was a big shot in the Imperial.
I missed that. I did.
Wasn't it in what show? Disney Plus show featured his dad.
I don't remember. It's in the Aftermath books.
Oh, Mandalorian.
Yeah, season 3 and the hollow projection.
Oh my god, I didn't even think of that. Holy crap. Yeah, he's a Nepo baby. You're right. I didn't even. So he's a whining, sniveling. So this whole time, I didn't realize that. I missed that. So this whole time, I've been giving him way too much credit. Screw
God,
that.
we love our lore master.
Nerd. Throw him up against the wall.
I'm lore master when Zane's not here.
Well, if the lore master doesn't know, then it didn't happen. Okay. So then the next piece is when he's shooting at Luke, image Luke, holographic Luke.
Jake Skywalker.
Yeah. He's hammering it more. Okay. The first time you watched that scene, take me back. When you saw Kylo Ren slobbering angrily more. What did you think the first time you saw that?
This is all pretty gay.
I don't know that you can say that, but let's not say that. Devin, what would you say?
Dude, we say more after that? I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, it's just his hatred of. Well, I mean, he even shows the same kind of anger for the Falcon.
Yeah.
As soon as he sees it, he take it down. Yeah. I mean, he's just got so much hate in him, but I think it's misplaced. He doesn't know what to do with it.
That's
except to act like a child, which is what he's acting like.
As if you have a little wisdom to go along with this, because
never
a misplaced hatred is huge, and can hurt so many other people. That's a great observation. I mean, did he really think he was gonna kill him more by shooting him more? Or was he just unbridled pissed offedness? Yeah.
Uncontrollable, misplaced anger.
Yeah. Andrew?
Yeah, I agree. Just he's doesn't know how to control his emotions. I think he bottles them up, and so then something as little as that can cause him to just explode.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That dude, he loses his temper all the time. First episode. And more. It was super
Sir, that is enough
ridiculous, in my
cheese on
opinion.
your spaghetti.
Do you think you got him?
Yeah, you think you got him? That was funny.
That was awesome.
That was. But no, I couldn't stand the fact that they showed. I don't know. I like my villains, my dark side users, to be a little less whiny. Vader wasn't whiny. No, that was added later. Come on, Vader wasn't whiny.
Anakin was, though.
Yeah, and so was
Luke was.
So was Luke. The apple didn't fall far from. Good God, I can't even speak. The apple.
What teenager is not whiny? Show me a teenager that's not whiny and angst.
He was 20 years old. Go get a job. Make something of yourself. Don't just go to Tashi Station and get your power converters. Like, go do something with your life.
I don't want to.
And I don't remember because it's been so long since I've read the novelization of these movies. But I don't remember them going into what exactly Darth Vader was telling him. You know, what was he saying to Kylo? You know, why was he saying, to fulfill my destiny? I mean, if you know your family history, wouldn't you already know that wouldn't be true? I mean, they don't really explain it, so, and I don't remember them explaining it in a book. I could be totally wrong. It's
Would've been-
happened before.
Lore master.
Would have been something really nice of his teacher, uncle, who saw his grandfather's final moments. Would have been nice to relay that information to him when he's worshiping his helmet.
Do we not assume though that he did share all of this? I mean, this is no longer. I mean, this
But
is
that's what we don't know. We don't know the backstory. They never gave us the backstory.
because they didn't have the backstory. They just made it up as they went, according to Cameron. Actually, according to them, you're right.
Bro, they literally didn't know Rey's parentage was literally up in the air during like the final days of filming for Rise of Skywalker.
But wasn't it like that in Empire? Or did he have in mind the entire time to have it be his father? Or was it Obi-Wan? Because remember, they filmed it the both ways. But and this is something I don't know. I know that he has spoken about it, and that even not Harrison Ford, Joker / Luke.
Hamill.
Thank you, Mark Hamill. Talks about how he didn't even know. I mean, do you think that this was something that was planned once he was able to begin to get the funds to make his next two movies, that he was like, yeah, 100%, this is what it is? Or was it something he decided later? Lucas.
I mean, I think he did his best to keep the reveal hidden, but I'm not too knowledgeable of the nitty gritty of all that.
We talking Return of the Jedi?
Yeah.
Or Empire.
The only
Yeah.
only people, Empire. Sorry, the only people that knew was George, Mark, and was
Sebastian, or not Sebastian Stan.
Was it
No,
Lawrence Kasdan? Is it
Well,
Well,
Kasdan?
Lawrence Kasdan
Yeah.
would have, because writing.
those were the only three, because George told him, he said, if this gets out, there's only three of us that know.
Yeah.
So we know who to blame if this gets out. So he had to hold that in for 2 years or 3, whatever. However long it took to actually come out.
Was there any moment in that final kind of base scene where Kylo Ren's walking through and he finds his dad's, well, they end up disappearing, but he finds the sabacc dice. I have those in my car, or no, I used to. My wife has them now because she has the R2 light side car. What would Kylo have done with those, if those dice that he picked up, if they hadn't disappeared, if they were actually there? Would he have kept them? Would he have destroyed them? Would he have worshipped them? I don't know. He's just a weirdo. What would he have done with the dice? I think that they put that in there for a reason, and then they're disappeared, they're gone. But what do you think? Like, how would he have reacted if he could have kept those? Would he have destroyed them, or what? Is that much hate in him right then for his father? And no, like, there's the ship. They hate that ship. The Falcon. I don't know. What would he have done? What would he have done with those dice? Would he have destroyed them, kept them? What do you think?
I don't live in the fifth dimension, so I can't answer that question.
Cop out.
That's
I think he would have kept them. I think that he was so torn, even at that point, torn with what was going on. Like, at that moment, like, what the F is going on? He was having a difficult time, I think, processing all of this. I know I'm trying to like give it some credence here, but to me that part meant a lot.
Dana, imagine if the writers and directors of this put as much thought into such a minuscule little detail on a granular scale for the whole movie. On just how, like, imagine if they took what you're taking just for this little piece, this little nugget of the film, and just applied it to the whole,
film.
Yeah. What a great concept.
It's all about the sabacc dice. Yes, 100%. Because I got to get it to the 2, and Debbie's dying. Okay. I said I had 3 more little tiny things in that last scene, and I talked about all 3. We're good. Okay. We talked about how Hux got abused. We talked about more, and then we talked about the dice. So,
all right. Final rating, final parting shot. What's everyone's rank out of 10 for this movie?
Out of 10?
Out of 10.
5.5.
Solid.
100 out of 10, maybe.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god!
I was like, get this brother off the show. Get him off the show.
What are you doing?
Well, here's my score for Bryce.
What's the little timeout button here? Are we in Discord or what?
Man,
I'd have to see what I rated it.
I don't know. There were a couple of moments that were cool. That I liked. I think the Canto Bite stuff was ridiculous.
God, so god awful.
The whiny, I just like. There's more than just the fear of being force choked that folks followed Vader. It wasn't just the fear. There was more to it. There was influence. Anakin had influence. We've talked about that so many times on this show. Way different than just manipulating people to do what the hell they wanted to do. Vader also had influence. Kylo had fear. There was no, I'm smart and I'm a strategist and I can duel you and I can do all this force stuff. I can do all the things. None of that. It was only fear.
Yeah, there was no respect.
No. So I'm out. 3, 4, maybe if I'm crossed 4, but outside of that, probably 3, maybe a 2. It is the worst to me. The worst. Second worst next week. But the worst.
How can I give my score after that?
Well, if you like it, that's fine. You're a pup.
I gave it a 5. There's elements I liked in it.
That's true.
It's not my favorite.
I think it's if you look at it, if you almost looked at it as not a Star Wars movie, which you could argue this takes points off of it, I think it's a pretty good movie. When you look at it as a Star Wars movie, that's where you start to lose some points. I mean, I don't want to go crazy low because I don't hate it. I don't love it.
I love the amount of thought and seriousness you're putting into this ranking, knowing that tomorrow you may feel different.
Yeah, that's true.
And knowing that Debbie's like, God.
I just got to think for like 6 minutes real quick. No, I'm kidding. Probably 5 or 6 out of 10, I'd say.
5 or 6.
Yeah. Because I don't hate it. There's a lot of there's stuff that I like, but I don't love it either. So I got to put it kind of right in the middle there. So.
I gotcha. Well, me, Deb, Andrew, Cam?
3 out of 10. This movie's god awful, but
Can
not
we end
worse
the
than
show?
next week.
Yes, we
He
can.
just went straight
Can
to
we
it.
end the show with one thing you liked from this movie, Cam?
The visuals are pretty solid, but the Holdo maneuver is absolutely stupid and absolutely breaks every single space battle in Star Wars history, makes it look just absolutely meaningless, in my opinion.
If you could have done that the whole time, take a tiny X-Wing that has light speed capability or hyperdrive and just do that into the Star Destroyer. Game over. Or the Death Star, and then you lose one pilot and you're done. Or just a drone. Just, oh my God, you're right. It totally breaks the whole. Like, why wouldn't you just do that before?
I'm a big Andy Serkis fan, so anything he's in, I like I like whatever Snoke scene. I don't think about what actually is Snoke, why he's there, but I like Andy Serkis. So maybe two things.
Yeah.
I've only
That'd
seen
be
it once, so it's been.
How about three things? One thing for each star that you give.
Third thing that I like.
Raylo.
That it ends. I don't know. I honestly can't think of anything.
Honestly, I know we're trying to end, but I don't remember the last scene. What is the very last thing that happens in this movie?
The boy with the broom.
The broomstick.
Absolutely meaningless.
I know.
Absolutely meaningless. All right. Thanks, folks. This was a great discussion.
What about what Debbie and I like?
Y'all already talked about it.
Debbie's trying to dip,
Andrew,
brother.
damn it.
And I'm low-key trying to dip too, bro. I'm trying to game.
All right.
Aww.
Thank you all for joining tonight. It has been a ride. And next week, gosh, I hope Cam's here again. He shows so much restraint tonight. I just need that Tito's to start flowing and him to let go the way I was letting go earlier in the show.
I'm sober as a.
I know.
I'm sober, Sprite Zero, brother. I'm cruising.
Listen, we just had the Geek and I go check out their podcast over on Feast of Fandoms. Check out I'm sorry, my bad. You're not. They're standalone, right?
How could you,
Geek and I
sir?
standalone. Sorry, my friend. I know this. But
Forget
again,
about
I
it.
go
His
into
brain
the
doesn't
gave him an
function.
offer. I gave him an offer and he didn't accept. So.
He's wanting to play his game, Dana.
He's gone. That's fine. Cam, thank you. Anyways, thank you all for the engagement. Thank you all for joining and for filling out the poll. We had a super fun time. We'll get Cam back on here. Oh, there he is.
Bro,
What was that?
What is Kathleen doing to my PC, man? What is
yeah, that's it.
She doesn't think my webcam worked to start. I'm over here struggling. I mean, what is going on, dude?
You guys
The
head
movies
over
are still
to
bad.
YouTube Skywalker Stories. That was the clip we played. We'll put that in the description, backfill that with the description. And then also go check out Feast of Fandoms over on YouTube. They get to 100 subscribers, and guess what? Andrew rolls the gold bikini. Awesome. All right.
No. Regular Leia.
Oh, regular
going-
Leia.
I'm not.
I don't know. No.
I'm not going slave far. That's a little too much. So.
All right, fine. All right, fine. Next couple of weeks. So tomorrow.
It sounds like you want that, Dana.
What?
Sounds like you want that.
No.
He wants it, brother. Take off the shirt.
No. Next week we're going to be talking about the rise of Skywalker, which is quite possibly
Utter
better
garbage.
than this movie, but not as good as anything else.
Just
Turn off your
diarrhea
brain
on
and
the
watch
screen.
it. It's very fun.
Just absolute, just
Following
vomit.
week, I think I'm going to try to ask everyone to, over the next couple of weeks, run through Kenobi, even if you just read the clip notes, because there are a couple of things that I want to talk about and focus. We're just going to spend one day or one show on it on the 22nd.
Don't do
we
it.
have to, because we have to talk about Vader. We have to talk about Vader. So
You have 50 more seconds, Dana. 50
I know.
more
I'm
seconds. Say whatever
going.
you want.
I'm quick. So check out all the shows on Feast of Fandoms. Also, we're going to have some super cool guests over the next few weeks. Keep tuning in, keep liking and subscribing, and hit the little bell so that you get notified whenever we go live. Thank you all. This was super fun. Cam, Debbie, Andrew, we'll see you all again. And remember, kids, peace is a lie. There's only passion.
Good night, Debbie. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, John Boy.